Interior designer. I am still in Lynn Murter house, one of my favorite customer. I designed many rooms in her house. This is the second room that I designed for her. It's a guest bedroom. I designed first, I showed you the master bedroom of her that I designed, and now I designed the guest bedroom. So I'm going to show you two pictures of how the room looked like before I started the project, and here's how it looked. So we have a picture of it here, just a very basic picture. There was a piano here, a chest of drawer, basic paint. Again, another picture, this ceiling fan. What I did is converted into this looking room. So what I did is, and I did here another beautiful armoire in pumpkin color. So as you see, this bedroom is got transformed completely. What I did here is, we wanted me and Lynn to have a cottage style of a room. What I mean by that cottage style is ocean or sea oriented, water oriented style of a room. That's why I incorporated shiplap on the back, on the wall of the bed, and shiplap on the ceiling. I'm gonna show you right now. Shiplap used to be used a long time ago in ships, in real ships, big ships. So now it's a decoration touch that you can incorporate in many settings, in many rooms. It depends what you're designing here, depends what you're doing. So I am gonna show you the shiplap on the wall on the back of the bed. So this is, I did shiplap. It's made from slats, wooden slats, 6-inch. You can choose many size. I chose the 6-inch all the way floor to ceiling, and I did shiplap on the ceiling, as you see, shiplap on the ceiling all the way with a beautiful ceiling light in brass, very simple lighting, and end table, beautiful distressed cottage style. Actually, it's a French oriented style table, but we'll go back to this later on. I'm gonna continue talking about the shiplap first. The shiplap is, you can choose it in many sizes, 4-inch, 6-inch, and many wood. Pine, poplar, mahogany, primed or natural, maple. What I chose is poplar. Poplar has, why poplar? Poplar is a very strong wood, 3/4 of an inch thick. I chose the 6-inch wide. But why poplar? Because it doesn't have knots. Knots can, if you paint the wood surface and has knots like pine. Pine has a lot of knots. It's a tender, soft wood and has a lot of knots. If you paint pine wood, after priming, of course, the pine wood, and you painted, the knots by time is gonna show up and go on the surface of the paint, and you have to revisit it and paint it again and maintain it again and again. So for cost purposes, for aesthetic purposes, I chose poplar, has less knots, and it's a strong wood and easy to maintain. We primed it and painted once and for all, and it looks just stunning and flawless. So this is the 6-inch shiplap, again poplar wood. What we do is 1/2 inch or 5/8 of an inch gap between each slats, and goes all the way floor to ceiling. And again, I placed it on the ceiling with a beautiful brass touch. Again, a brass touch is a very vintage old material to finish any furnishing or any home. And in this beautiful old architecture of a house, I want to use authentic materials like brass. So this is what I chose, the brass material for the ceiling, brass material for the rods. I did very basic drapes, very cotton. Cotton, it's a raw material like linen, very natural, very casual, cozy, comfortable. That's why you choose usually linen or cotton. But what I choose, even if it's simple design and very straight white cotton, I chose interesting trim on the side, very cottage, sea oriented. What I mean by cottage, again, is sea oriented, ocean oriented, water oriented style. And I'm gonna show what I chose, seashells trim on the side. You see the seashells? I chose those, and I chose it from Etsy.com, and I believe in Etsy.com. I mean, they have the most exquisite, beautiful everything, and beautiful linen shades, beautiful paint. I know that the InStyle paint is gray, but this is very interesting color of a gray. It's not A gray, if you, let's talk a little bit about colors. I have a glitch here. I always have a glitch with my so let's talk a little bit about colors. In style is gray. Gray is in style, and people are going nuts over it. In kitchen cabinets in particular, what do I want? Either white shaker or gray. Not every gray is attractive and appealing. Gray can be very cold color. If it's mixed between equal amount of black and white, then it will be dull, cold color. I mean cold. Really, when you look at it, it's like doesn't do anything to you unless you warm it up, balance it up with other warm materials or surroundings in furnishings or countertops or lighting or whatever you choose for the space. So this particular gray is Benjamin Moore. Again, I mentioned in previous videos that I love Benjamin Moore. It's very made in New York, and I love everything about Benjamin Moore in paint. It's very interesting paint color. It's a gray, but it's not dull. It has a tint of other colors in the mix to make it more interesting and a designer of a color. And I'm gonna show it to you one more time and show you the beautiful frames that we selected. Cottage style, sea-oriented, beautiful frames, coral with coral color in it, and we tied this coral seashells in the coral armoire, which I'm gonna show you. This is the gray again paint with beautiful gray art. I mean, the art is I'm gonna show you, is seashells that has coral color and color touch, and I incorporated a coral color in the armoire. We chose a beautiful cute armoire. It is for guests. It is a guest bedroom, so we don't need a big armoire. We chose a small armoire with a mirror and a tie with a coral frame or art. Sorry. Tie with the frame art that has coral with the armoire. So armoire, we have basically talking about colors, and the armoire is just behind me. And we're going to talk about this armoire a little bit. It's a French-oriented style armoire. It's vintage style. It has the rosette, and it has the fluted piece and a lot of details around the mirror. And same thing for the dresser, also vintage French style dresser. Again, we're gonna talk color a little bit now, and I'm gonna show you the finisher. You see the legs of the piece is inspired by Louis XVI, a French style. And Lynn has this beautiful bed, beautiful brass bed from her parents' house. She had it finished and make it lustery and new again, and beautiful surrounding for bedding. So as you see, all the room, it's neutral, and we have only one color, which is the coral. And that's how I like usually to build my design upon. I like neutral tones overall and just one touch of color. And in this particular setting, we have the coral that's going on as a color. I think that's it. Lina Khatib, interior designer. Take care.